I want to share with you a brief moment, a little story of when I first heard about smile meditation practice. I was at Plum Village on a retreat, and somebody there gave a talk on smile meditation. And my instinct was very resistant, because if there's one thing that I know about myself is when I see people smiling in a particular way, I judge it as being a fake smile. And the smile meditation that they spoke of there was very, very different. First of all, it's a gentle smile. It's almost like smiling to yourself, right? Maybe something that's hardly perceptible, but the face is sort of turned in the direction of a smile. And Thich Nhat Hanh explained that, when you're happy or someone tells you a joke, you smile, like it's a result of a happy feeling inside of you. But you can also generate a smile for yourself that then leads to feelings of happiness or contentment or relaxation. So, and when you walk past the monks and nuns, when they practice smile meditation a lot, all day long, in a very peaceful and in a sweet manner. And when you walk past them when they're practicing their meditation, it makes you feel very good. They're just meditating, that's all they're doing. And yet it spreads out. You feel much better when you see somebody smiling. So I remember having this insight when I was there, and so this smile meditation. So my husband told me that I asked him. He said and there's his phone ringing. Actually, he's not here right now. Equities investments right now are showing an 8 to 10% return. Savings investments perhaps a 2 to 3% return. So, this is a form of investment, and a smile is like an investment as well, right? But it can be more profitable than that. So when you do your smile meditation, your body can immediately feel just a little bit better. You can sense that. And then if you do your smile meditation with someone nearby you, even somebody you don't know, there's a great chance that they'll smile back, because the mirror neurons, right? We have these mirror neurons that we just naturally, instinctively mirror back a little bit when people have emotions that they're expressing. So you by smiling, you give them a dose of happiness, which makes you feel happy. You can say, oh, I did something, and now somebody else is feeling a little bit of happiness. And then you'll see their smile, which will fire up your own mirror neurons, and you'll get the third round of happiness. So, and it all transpires within a matter of like 1 second or 2 seconds, right? So it's an immediate threefold return on your investment. I don't think they've ever recorded that on Wall Street. Metta is another form of investment, right? We spoke of the 3 poisons that cause all suffering: greed, hatred, and delusion. There are these 3 primal mental negative energies that bring great suffering to us and to the world. So we become familiar with these energies in us so that we can transform them with our mindfulness. We can shine the light of mindfulness on these negative energies. Because by knowing them intimately, by accepting them, knowing them, we're more able to let go. And then we also can apply an antidote to each of them, right? The greed, the antidote is generosity. Hatred, the antidote is loving kindness. And delusion, the antidote is wisdom. So, for instance, when we get caught in a cycle of anger, sometimes, right, bringing awareness to it is not quite enough. Sometimes that energy can be so strong, right? And it's just not enough to release ourselves from the trance. So like a stronger medicine is needed. So we apply this antidote. And in the case of anger, hatred, the poison is officially called hatred, but it's really anger, frustration, irritation, fear. The antidote is loving kindness, metta. And again, the 4 categories that we cycle through, it's good to memorize it so that you can have it really at your fingertips. Safety, mental well-being, physical well-being, and ease. May I be safe. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. Right? Those are the 4 categories. And then the 4 audiences or recipients are ourselves, a beloved, a neutral, and a difficult. And, we can go through the full cycle if that is supportive. I myself tend to usually just do the first 2, and for me that's more than enough, and it informs my mindset towards the other 2. So I don't even need to do it. I mean, I do, but it carries out, that energy carries out to all beings, really, when you're practicing it. So to me, it's like a magical power, right? This metta practice that was developed in ancient times. But it continues to protect people in modern society, right? It has a protective power. And why is that? So say you're walking down the street. I highly recommend metta while walking. And you're practicing metta and someone walks towards you. And so maybe you're saying, just maybe a mantra practice, not really feeling it, but just saying it, with your footsteps, may I be safe, may I be happy. Maybe you're sending it out to someone else, may you be safe. Maybe you see somebody coming in the distance and you start sending them metta. Not because, you particularly care about them, but because it's the practice, right? This is just a practice that has these magical powers that show up later. So you're sending this metta. And what's the essence of your being that you're going to be projecting if your mind is full of this sentiment, right? There's a person coming and you're wishing for their safety and their happiness. You don't even know this person, but that little body, you want to be safe and happy. You're projecting this energy. And as they come closer, they won't be afraid of you, right? most of what we communicate to others is accomplished through non-verbal methods. 93% to be exact. It's known as the 7% rule. All communication is only 7% verbal and an overwhelming 93% nonverbal. So much of what we communicate is done unconsciously. So we might not even know what we're actually projecting, right? Has anyone ever had someone tell them they're so angry? Like, has anyone ever just been like, you're so angry, and like it's a point where like you've not said a word in anger. You're trying to be so calm and like deal with this situation, and it's like, hey, you're so angry. Despite the efforts to be nice, if you're angry underneath, it comes through. That's a great reason why being mindful really, really of what's really inside is so valuable. And then with this practice, this antidote to hatred, anger, aversion, ill will, this active procedure that we can do, we're flooding our internal landscape with these thoughts of loving kindness. When you do that, you're going to project it, right? And the projection of that energy, that wholesome energy, creates a level of protection around you as you move in the world, right? It's protective for you yourself, for your own, that inner critic who's always, coming at you. And it's also protective as you're moving through the world. It affects how people relate to us, right? I mean, you can think of when you come up to someone and you're interacting with them, and you can sense that they're irritated and they don't have time for you. You immediately, maybe you even cue up some responses inside. You immediately sense that. You immediately get on guard. And so the same applies for when we're moving through the world. When we have that energy, people are queuing up their defenses against us. So thinking of someone who's relaxed and happy, right? You can sense that in them, and you yourself are more open. Maybe you can trust them a little bit. So this repetition of the phrases is, it's this process of really embodying these sentiments that don't often come naturally, right? These are the things we really, really need in life. We need our investments to do well, of course, but we need to feel safe. We need to be happy. We need to feel healthy. And we need to live with ease, and the rest is icing on the cake.